I grew up in the church. I'm used to Bible studies. I'm used to small groups. I'm used to all of the things that are um, normally a part of a Christian's life. And yet, at the time that I signed up for Promised Land Living, I was really struggling with hearing God, with dealing with so many things coming at me that were just horrible struggles, personally, in my family and career, just not understanding how to hear God in the middle of all of that. There was no peace that I was used to having around my spiritual life, anything really. And I came to Promised Land Living probably as a last resort of sorts. I had tried self-help books. I had tried, just spending a lot of time with God, and I kept going around in circles. And this was really, I felt what I wanted. I spoke with Cheryl before the class started, and just shared some of the struggles, and there was just a sense of peace about the topic and areas that I had not ever delved into before. And that really pulled me in, just thinking, yeah, that's what I'm after. It's not a whole lot more of knowledge. It was just the sense of peace that I was missing, and that's what I wanted. The group sessions are awesome. There was just this camaraderie that was built within the people that were there. Totally different walks of life, totally different ages, and yet this desire to step into a place where we could know God intimately, where we could be at rest, and then figure out how to jump into whatever this is that's fixing to come at us, that God has prepared for us for the rest of our lives. And we learned so much because we shared with each other our troubles and then our successes, and we celebrated, we cried together, we did everything, we did life together. We became a family. We became a church within that small microcosm of time. It was such a blessing. The things that I learned in PLL are so practical to daily life that I find myself going back to them over and over. For example, I'll give you an example. Yesterday, my husband made some plans for us that I didn't want to do. And I thought, you should know after 29 years of marriage that that would not be something that would be of interest. And I apologized. I'm sorry. That just does. And he was just so quiet. And I thought, wow. Okay, so my instinctive nature would have been, why doesn't he get me? I just don't understand this. But I did one of the shifts that Cheryl taught us about in Promised Land Living, and I walked over and I just listened. Okay, so what's up? And this whole other issue, this whole other side of him came out. It was not about what he had planned. It was not about my apology. It was nothing to do with me. It had everything to do with him and what he was dealing with. If I had not learned to listen, which was one of the things that Cheryl taught in PLL, I would have missed it. I would have missed out on giving him encouragement, of listening, of hearing his heart, of judging him when I didn't need to judge those actions. This is a totally different atmosphere, way that I could serve my husband in love, and that was incredible for me. Promised Land Living is such a eye-opener in that you're given the time to think through all of the lies that you've been told, that you've believed. And you learn how to think differently about that, to take it for what it is, to not fall for those lies repeatedly without addressing them and shifting back out of them. It gives you a whole different sense of freedom. There's a freedom after that. The fear is gone. It is liberating. It is, I don't know, it just gives you a new lease on life. It is hard work going through it because it touches the core of you. But on the other side of that, you understand why you were doing the things that you were doing. And you understand ways to get out of that, practical, easy ways, just shifting of thinking that you never would have known had you not gone through PLL.